everyone, it is May 4th. May the 4th be with you. Today I am applying for my DAS for Disney. For those of you who aren't familiar with what that is, it is essentially a disability access service is what it stands for. I have several health conditions that prevent me from standing in line for hours on end. I will be bringing a wheelchair, so thank heavens, but I do have a heart condition that prevents me from staying out in the heat. I will have to continuously keep going inside. Essentially what the DAS service does is that it is like a return time. So you go, you check in at the ride, and then they give you a return time to return back to the ride, which is the estimated time of wait in the line. So let's say that it's a 45-minute wait estimated at the beginning of the line. They'll say, okay, come back at this time and you can join the line on this side, and there's a different line for that. The DAS Pass is a great way for me to be able to still enjoy Disneyland without, dying or passing out. I am currently on my iPad in the virtual queue. I had to sign in to the Disney website and sign out of the Disneyland app. So they open at 9 a.m. Pacific time, which is 10 my time. And I have been logged in since they opened. It was about 10 minutes after 10 that I was actually able to sign on and get into the virtual queue. And then there was some type of refresh problem. And so I panicked because I'm like, I just barely got in the queue. Can I not have problems with this for a second? So I'm watching my iPad like a hawk. And the estimated wait time is already over 2 hours. So not getting a great impression of how busy it's going to be when I get to the park. I'm not good with crowds. I'm not good with bunches of people. Feeling a bit anxious about that, if I'm being completely honest. But we'll get there when we get there. You don't try new things without feeling a little bit of anxiety for the unknown. I'm wanting to make a video about getting ready for Disney that will include packing, the things that I had to purchase to get ready for the trip, the things that I want to bring on the trip that I've already purchased, things like that. I'm still unsure of how I'm gonna compile it into one video. I apologize for being a bit off, but I'm very excited, don't get me wrong. I think it's going to be an awesome experience. I've never been to Disneyland. It'll be great, but there's just a lot of planning and preparation that goes into it. So I'm getting a bit overwhelmed with that, but it'll be worth it. It really will. It's out of my comfort zone. I'm a homebody. I love to think about traveling, but especially due to my health and due to financial restrictions because of my health, we don't really travel. I really try my best not to put everybody else out that's part of the group, but to a certain extent that's kind of unavoidable. So I'm trying to find that happy medium of realistic expectations versus unrealistic expectations. Now, hopefully it's not going to be making me wait until 1 o'clock, because that is when my physical therapy is, and that would be really sucky and unfortunate if I had to leave the queue and do this all over again at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So hopefully that won't happen. Yeah, lots of anxiety, lots of nervousness, but thank you for joining me on this process. Oh, it says I'm now messaging with Nancy. Okay, see you in a minute. Oh my gosh. Come on! So it just goes to a blank screen and then it says go back to the previous page or log in to continue. It says hit the X. I can't handle this, guys. This process is really stressful and I'm not here for it. I really can't. Well, I'm gonna have a mental breakdown. I will see you guys momentarily. I'm still on a bit of an adrenaline high because that was very stressful. It would have been less stressful if Michael would have made the reservations like he said he was going to, because I had to call his mom and, call her in a panic saying, what's the reservation? What does that even mean? How do I do it? So anyway, that was a bit stressful, but we got that figured out. I got reservations. That is something I highly recommend you do beforehand because she was like, okay, I'll give you 5 minutes to do that. Otherwise, I'll have to move on to the next person. So in a panic, my husband, his mom, and myself are all trying to figure out how to make this reservation in 5 minutes or less. That was a bit stressful. Disney, if you are watching, please fix your connection server for the chats. Like that one part that you saw where it just stopped connecting. It said error, go to previous page or log in to continue your conversation. You go back, it's not coming up. You go back again, it's not coming up. You reload the page, it's not coming up. And then like 3 minutes later it comes up and you're like sitting here in a complete panic, and then all of a sudden everything's back up and it's fine. That needs fixed. I need to take medication now because my heart is in a state right now. I talked to somebody named Nancy. She was so sweet. She answered all of my questions. I was able to ask her about which rides I would need to access through the exit for my wheelchair. She did answer my question of which rides can I use the DAS service on, and that is all of them. I just can only use them one at a time, and this is something I knew already. You can only make a reservation one at a time, so you can go make a reservation. If the wait time is 45 minutes, you just go and do something in the park, like, you know, gift shops or attractions or something like that in that 45 minutes, and then go back to that ride and continue on from there. That process was pretty straightforward. That's it for today's video. Thank you so much for joining me for the preparations of Disneyland, and in the next video you guys will join me for my first day in Disneyland, so that's super exciting. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!